Hey guys, welcome to another weekly makeup and chat video. I just want to say thank you for reaching 100 subscribers. Yay! I'm kind of in a rush today. I'm doing my makeup for an impromptu birthday party I got invited to. It's called a Rhyme Without Reason themed party, which basically means you show up with a partner to do a costume with, and the two costumes have to rhyme no matter what it is. So two random things. And I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm supposed to be. Take your guess. But it's supposed to rhyme with my friend's costume, and she's gonna be a cheetah. So take your guesses below. I'm kind of in a rush, so I'm gonna focus on my makeup. And today I wanted to talk about weaponized incompetence. So weaponized incompetence is when somebody pretends to not be able to or not do something well in order to get somebody else, usually you in the situation, to do the thing for them. And this has been a common theme in all my life. I've seen it everywhere. I mean, obviously, most people have to deal with it at some point in the workplace, at home, with their friends, with their partner, in romantic relationships. And I have been victim to this throughout my whole life. And of course, sure, maybe I've done it to other people as well, but it's definitely nowhere near the amount that I've received. And I think that reason is that I was a bit of a pushover. So I was a doormat, you know, I let people use me. And I liked helping people. Like, acts of service is my love language and how I show people that I love them. So really easy for me to take on that role of being the victim in that situation. I'm gonna talk about 3 different scenarios that you need to look out for when you're looking for people who are using weaponized incompetence against you. So the first scenario is the one where the person pretends like you are just better at the task at hand. You are going to be the one who has to do it because they just simply cannot do it. Oh, I have no idea how to drive. Even if they have a driver's license, I have no idea how to drive. I can't do it. I can't be the one to do it. Or another one, I don't know how to file away the papers. I don't know how to use this program. I don't know how to organize the clothes. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. I can't do it because it's just, I have no idea. So I can't do it. That's the first one. Pretending that they don't know how to do it so that they can make you do it when it's super easy to learn. Second one, they compliment you and say you're better at that thing, so you should do it and not them, to kind of, I guess, feed your ego a little bit. So, you know, compliment you first and make you feel good so that you are more willing to do it. And they can get away with not doing it by this manipulation tactic. So they just go, oh, you're so much better at doing the laundry. The last time I did the laundry, I put a red sock in and all the white clothes turned pink. Like, you're so much better every time you do the laundry. It comes out so fresh and so clean. That's another one. Or, oh, you just cook the food better. Like, you just make or you just make more money than me, so why should I have to work? But you know what I mean? Like, basically complimenting the person and saying they're so much better and there's no way that they could ever do it as well as you, so why would I have to do it? I should just let you do it. You can find that at work, you can find that at home, you can find that at school, you can find it at just your interactions with anybody, strangers even. The third situation is the one where they wait you out. So for example, you ask your partner, hey, can you help me out with the laundry? Okay, can you help me wash this pot? They'll be like, yeah, don't worry. And then they go around and they do other things and they forget about what you asked them and they just wait until, you know, you can't really wait any longer. Like, for example, they wait to wash the dishes until the next meal and you need to use the sink to make the food for your next dish. And if you don't clean the sink, you can't use the sink. So they just leave it there until, you know, wait it out, wait for you to do the thing. That is the third type of weaponized incompetence. And I've just dealt with all 3 kinds. The most annoying one I deal with is the second one, which is the one where they manipulate you into doing the thing that they don't want to do. and that's happened to me. It's so common in my family as well, which is unfortunate, and it happens a lot in traditional households where the traditional female gender role is to take care of the home, and the traditional male role is to just make money and come home and be taken care of. But the female does all of the emotional labor of taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, laundry, homemaking, appointments, you know, all that type of stuff. Remembering things about the kids and what they need and their interests and their husband's interests. They remember everything for everybody. The husband just shows up, eats the food, says, "Hi kids," goes to sleep. Yeah, that's where I believe the weaponized incompetence stems from. It started from the traditional house gender roles where they have a strict and clear divide between the labor, and the division of household tasks is very clear. So the person makes sure to split the tasks and I guess leave room for the other person in the relationship to do their set of tasks. It results in a really codependent relationship though, which is something that you need to watch out for. And this is why weaponized incompetence is just so silly. Like, everybody needs to learn the basic life skills, how to be independent and just function as a full, whole, independent being on their own. It's ridiculous that people like shuffle off, or what's the correct word, to push off certain tasks to certain people in the household to balance out how fair and how much they're contributing to the household. So they like to make sure like the tasks are evenly divided, but that leads to people becoming so incompetent in one area that weaponized incompetence becomes so normalized. Like, oh, my mom never does or my dad never does the laundry, my mom never does the taxes, my dad never cooks, my mom never shovels the driveway. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Stop. Keep that in the last generation, because this generation needs to change. Let me tell you about a personal experience though in my last relationship. So my ex, I'm putting on this blush, was using weaponized incompetence against me, not in the traditional form, which may be harder to spot. So the point was that when we were dating, we're both young, we're both students. I was working. I had a good internship job that paid quite well considering I was a student. And because I had a well-paying job, I kind of supported us financially most of the time. So when we went on dates, when we had other expenses just going out, I would be the one we could lean back on financially for support. And I was okay with it, although I didn't feel like it was completely fair because he was able to earn money as well. He could get a part-time job while he was in school, just like I was. And he just refused to because it was kind of like a point of pride for him that I was making more than him. And he thought, oh, well, if you're making money, I don't need to because you already have a better opportunity than me. You can make enough money just to support us when we need to. And I started carrying this resentment because I had to always be the one to, I guess, financially support us. So then I expressed that, and he was just super unhappy about it because he was trying to use this weaponized incompetence against me, and it just didn't work because I wasn't really having it, you know? I was thinking like, this isn't fair. I dealt with it for a long time. I was okay with it for a long time, and I was willing to support us for almost 2 years. And then it got to a point where I thought, this is not fair. You know, like, this is definitely weaponized incompetence. He's using this all against me, like these poor excuses. And that's what it is. Weaponized incompetence is just people making poor excuses for themselves to get out of doing something that is just fair. Like, people in relationships need to both contribute and both put in equal effort to maintain a happy, healthy relationship. And weaponized incompetence, like, it's not just monetary, it's not just like helping out with small tasks at home, activities. It can be emotional too, you know. You can act entitled to always receiving emotional support and saying that you're too busy with your own life to provide the other person emotional support, which also happened to me in my relationship. Kind of like, oh, I have more life problems than you, so I can't deal with your life problems on top of that. You need to find a way to deal with your life problems while I deal with my own. But when I need support, you're going to provide me support because you have an easier life than me. And that, I believe, is also a form of weaponized incompetence that's not so obvious and people need to watch out for. It comes heavily disguised, but it is emotional manipulation. Anyways, the reason why I bring up all these topics is not to scare you or to intimidate you and make you feel bad, is because everybody needs to be aware of weaponized incompetence, because you do it as well. Probably there's times where you tell other people that they're just better at the thing that you all have to do, like for example group project. Oh, you're just better at doing the program, which might be true, and in those cases it might be fine, but if you don't be careful, you can get in very bad situations because of it. And I think it's good to catch the early warning signs of weaponized incompetence, because people can change it. Like, you can change the tides. If somebody is starting that early on in the relationship, you can set it straight. I think weaponized incompetence becomes a problem only when it starts becoming routine and a habit. So like in my family, it's become a habit for over like 20 years now. And things like that are just harder to change. You know, people have been stuck in their ways for 20, 30 years, and it's just not going to change at that point unless they really want to change themselves. But when people are used to receiving a certain treatment, they're going to keep expecting that treatment, and it's kind of even hard for you to expect them to change or want them to change. It might even be your own fault because you didn't catch it early enough and you didn't set it straight. The two solutions to dealing with somebody who constantly put you in a situation where you have to do all the work and you have to carry all the effort in the relationship: one, leave. Best option usually, but sometimes you can't because for whatever reason. Maybe you have kids, maybe you don't want to leave, maybe you're unable to financially support yourself if you leave, which is why I will never let myself be financially dependent on a man. Just putting that out there. Other girls should consider this too. Never be financially dependent on one person, because if they decide that they don't like you anymore, you're done. You're done. You have no ability to support yourself. Probably been married for 20 years and you can't get a job now, so you can't support yourself even if you wanted to, unless you really worked really hard, and it would be really difficult. Point is, okay, yeah, first option, leave if you can. Second option, catch it early and deal with it. Someone tells you, oh, I can't cook because you're just better at it. I don't want to eat bad food. You don't want to eat bad tasting food. Say, no, we can learn together. We're going to learn together. You're going to become good. And once you become good, you can take Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays to cook. You know, things like that. You need to compromise with the person. You need to make them see that it's not okay to try to manipulate you. You're not that dumb. You're not a silly little goose. You can stand up for yourself. You know that it's not fair for you to be doing all this stuff on your own. Another thing that goes hand in hand with weaponized incompetence is people that stay in relationships where weaponized incompetence is a huge theme. While it may seem stupid from the outsider point of view, like how could you stay with somebody that relies on you for everything, and like they can't even clean up after themselves and you need to help them clean up after themselves all the time? I think we need to be a lot more empathetic towards women who are stuck in situations like these, because it has built over a long period of time. It's not like just one day they decided, oh, I'm just gonna stay with this guy forever even if he doesn't love me and he clearly treats me like trash and doesn't respect me because he never does things for me. No, as women, especially coming from a immigrant household, are always constantly told that, you know, we need to be grateful, we need to be quiet, we need to listen, we need to be agreeable, we need to make people like us. And that's kind of how we go into relationships, that mindset of we need to please this person and our opinion isn't as valuable as others and we just need to keep quiet, you know. And I went into that mindset with relationships, and when I liked somebody, I would always care about their opinion more than mine. I would value it more, and I'd be afraid to make them upset and speak my mind when things weren't really sitting well with me. So I would disrespect my own boundaries, basically stay quiet and silence my thoughts, and that was harmful. So obviously very harmful. And something I've really been repeating to myself and realizing how important and true it is speaking your mind and expressing your opinion and how you feel and your priorities, boundaries. If that makes somebody upset and angry, then they need to leave. And if those people leave your life, then they're meant to leave, and they're not meant to be in your life. Even if you really, really like this person, if they take your boundaries and your opinion and your feelings as less than, and they make you feel like they're not important and they don't respect them, they don't have a place in your life. They don't deserve to be in your life. They were gonna go sooner or later. If you lie, if you keep quiet, if you hold down all those negative feelings and resentment, it's just gonna come up later, and that's gonna hurt way worse down the line, because you already developed all these feelings for them and you've seen good sides of them, and you know, you started to ignore the bad sides of them and the sides of them that don't respect you and don't respect your boundaries, you know. And that's what happened to me. I kept quiet in my first relationship, my last relationship. I just let this other person's opinion override my opinion and feeling always. And I realized that staying silent in this relationship that made me happy sometimes only, it wasn't worth it. It made me very, very a dimmed down version of me, a version of me that didn't have individuality, respected others' opinions over my own, just silenced myself. I didn't have any idea who I was at the end of it. I didn't know who I was without him. I didn't think I could survive in this world without him. I couldn't be an interesting person. I couldn't be loved by anybody else or appreciated or admired without this person by my side, because I was nothing without him in my mind. That was all because I put him on a pedestal. I put his opinions, his beliefs, his boundaries, his opinion of me above my own opinion of myself. And it was just so harmful. And I just think all of this is a cycle, and it's related. The weaponized incompetence, the disrespect, the getting into relationships that don't serve you at all is just all related and needs to be studied, and it needs to be understood by you guys and everybody. Putting on some of this shimmer shade on the inner corner to pull together this clean girl look. That's what I'm calling it. But if you guys haven't guessed what I am by now, I'm supposed to be a ballerina. That rhymes with cheetah. You don't need to question it. I say it rhymes, so it rhymes. I'm pretty much ready to go for this party. I'm really happy with how the look turned out. Obviously, because this is the same look that I always do. I think it goes really well with this outfit. What do you guys think? Anyways, sorry for the mess in the background. This is the final look, guys. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. I never thought I'd reach 100 subscribers. I was just doing this YouTube for fun because I love it and it's my hobby. But I really am happy to hear that you guys loved my content. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week, day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are. And hope to see you next time. Bye.